Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for stopping by. If this is your first time, welcome. Glad you can be here. And speaking of first times, man, a lot of you cats have asked for Compound. This has been my first time checking them out. First time they're on the channel. The track's called Paraphrase. Features Verbz, and you cats know how I feel about Verbz, man. From the very first moment I heard him and Mr. Slips together, I knew this kid was something special, man. I've been nothing but love for him and what they're doing. If you haven't checked out that full album yet, the Verbz and Mr. Slips album, they just put out Radio Waves. One of the best albums of the year, man, hands down. This terrific art from beginning to end. But I don't know anything about this other than the fact that they're Compound as a group. I don't know who's in them. I don't know names. I don't know faces. So I'm not even going to try to make any kind of connection. If I recognize somebody, I'll obviously mention it. But so I'm going in blind, and I like this. I like being introduced to new cats. So I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's jump right in. Give it a listen. I'm liking that little bit of Asian flavor there. At least it sounds that way to me. It could be another instrument kind of manipulated or whatever, but it has a little bit of that, a little bit of that Asian sound in the layers of the production. So it's a nice little touch.
Feel like I ought to take some time out to work out what's real. I've spent years in the field trying to build on my skill. Was never in it for the clout. I simply spit how I feel.
Okay, you know, that beat drop, I got to bring it back to hear that again. My goodness. And I love the fact that Verbz is the first MC on this track. The way he comes in too, man. He just comes out spitting straight fire as usual. He talks about truth so much, man, and the importance that hip hop has played in his life, the importance his craft, actually the writing of his lyrics has helped him in his journey, in his healing journey, to get past some of the shit that he went through. It helps kind of release the demons, so to speak. And right off the top, man, he gets right into it. I'm impressed already, obviously. I know you cats probably think I'm like the easiest person in the world to impress, but trust me, I'm not. I'm not. But I'm digging this already. And this beat is, I think I've already mentioned it, but this beat is stupid.
Feel like I ought to take some time out to work out what's real. I've spent years in the field trying to build on my skill. Was never in it for the clout. I simply spit how I feel. Had my doubts, been in big and sipping styles for the thrill. Been about but never been allowed. Kept a couple sinners round, it's different now. I guess these writtens do heal. Scars I hated out, I figured out, but
It's like I mentioned it, man. Like I said, he talks about it in his other music. He says, I guess these writtens do heal. And then he says scars. He starts the next bar with scars. And it's just like I was saying, man, he uses as a way to heal and kind of like how people write a journal, or how I do when I write my stories and my novels. I take a lot of the pain I have from my past and I put it into my characters, something that happened to me or something similar, or a feeling I feel about myself. I put that in, I attach that to a character, and you kind of work your way through it, and you almost heal, you help to heal that situation by playing somebody else through that feeling. And it's easier to understand it when you put it down on paper. It's a very interesting form of therapy. If you ever have shit on your mind, man, write it down. Or if you want to say something, for example, I think I've mentioned this before, if you have something really angry, really venomous you want to say to somebody before you ruin a relationship, never talk to your brother again or whatever, write that shit down, man. Write it in a letter and let it fester on those pages, and then think about it before you say that shit or send that shit, And sometimes taking that and burning it releases it. But anyways, man, I'm gonna jump right back in because he's killing it.
Spent years in the field, trying to build on my skill. Was never in it for the clout, I simply spit how I feel. Had my doubts, been in big and sipping stouts for the thrill. Been about but never been allowed. Kept a couple sinners round, it's different now. I guess these Britons do heal. Scars are hidden down and figured out but never revealed. And shit's ill where I'm living. From the bits when them spinners loud, the little hitters gripping crowds grinning. It's the same old same. Chase liquor and women, lose feelings for the sake of maintaining the image, ways of the timid. Change the figures we ain't seen. Spent my late teens chasing these great scenes, waving with shades at 18. I couldn't face me, a slave to my choices. I still spray for the voiceless, breaking down the hate that left me poisoned over new sounds and noises.
And he's a voice for the voiceless, and that's something that hip hop has been since its very infancy. Has been spreading a message that needed to be heard, and Verbz has touched on that in his other music as well. He talks about it, the cats that he grew up that living in the same places that they lived before, walking down the same streets, doing the same shit. Talking about too, he mentions too that he's like he fell. I guess what he's trying to say is like he fell in love, but then he wouldn't allow those feelings to hang around because he needed to maintain this image of a playa or a pimp and just rolling through women. Like he needed to maintain that, so he got rid of a woman that he fell in love with. Or I'm gathering that's what he meant by that, about getting rid of the feelings or chasing away feelings to maintain an image. And the part about being 18 years old there, almost to the point where it's like he didn't even, he was trying to be himself, but he didn't recognize himself. I think that's how I interpreted it. The person he was really wasn't the person he wanted to be or the person he knew he was. And again, it's been a while since I've mentioned this, but this video is so beautifully shot, like most UK videos are that I've come across. I think this is This and That Media. I think I saw that at the beginning. Just one of those companies over there, man, that just do a tremendous job. Like, this is just so beautifully lit. The filters and shit they use is just incredible. But I'm only 50 seconds in this video. Jesus Christ. I better keep it going.
I still spray for the voiceless, breaking down the hate that left me poisoned over new sounds and noises. All to recreate the dream that kept me hoisted back when I loitered to use the chasing. And it seems I keep heading back to where we started. As young G's hungry way before I was an artist, contemplating on all that I can't part with. And funny thing is me, I thought that I was past this. Shit, I thought that I was past this. I'll just keep harnessing flows in the face of growing hard.
I've got my sunnies when it's way past my bedtime, eating off the bread line, thousands of your heavy.
I like that, man. Just I wear my sunnies when it's way past my bedtime. So he's basically taking that Corey Hart song, "Wear My Sunglasses at Night." Just flipped it up a little bit. Nice little bar there.
I've got my sunnies when it's way past my bedtime, eating off the bread line, thousands of your heavy bars are worth like 10 of mine. I ain't a gas bag for no reason, ready to blow season. King long and slow as you're committing treason. MCs crap me up like Mr. Bean. Actors actually cleaner than Mr. Sheen. I pack a cataclysmic bitch instead of next level raps. Me and bits will snap the crowd's neck, but you're getting foot taps. After that, I'm asking where the...
Man, this guy's talking. He's saying like 1,000 of your heaviest raps are worth 10 of mine. My beats and my rhymes are so hard the crowds are cracking their necks, and you're barely getting, the crowd barely taps their foot to your shit. Some nice bars here, man.
Actors actually cleaner than Mr. Sheen. I pack a cataclysmic bitch instead of next level raps. Me and bits will snap the crowd's neck, but you're getting foot taps. After that, I'm asking where the shoob's at. I'm telling you, said you couldn't be in my crew if you could rap. I'm getting a tether and copping a Benders and smelling the kush pack.
Okay. You cats know, man, I love a switch up. And this comes out of nowhere. He just friggin' a little bit of flip of the tongue, speeds it up, double time, very nice.
Snap the crowd's neck, but you're getting foot taps. After that, I'm asking where the shib's at. I'm telling you, said it, you couldn't be in my crew if you could rap. I'm getting a tether and copping a Benz and smelling the kush pack. Elegant elephant in a room, but a good lad.
What? Shit, another futuristic paraphrase. Head up in the hemisphere, boots inside the reef. Inspired in the breathe, getting wide with my mates. Flying into space from the sire in the cage. Shit, another futuristic paraphrase. Head up in the hemisphere, boots inside the reef. Inspired in the breathe, getting wide with my mates.
Okay, this is the hook here. Now the last cat sounded familiar. This guy sounds familiar. Now I don't recognize them, but I don't know if I've heard them somewhere before as a part of a different song or whatever. But both of these guys sound somewhat familiar to me. I'm sure you guys will let me know in the comments who they are. But yes, that last guy, especially that last guy, sounded very similar. Sorry, familiar.
Into space, the messiah in the cage. People move like robots, man, the schools of Asimov, automatons, devout and bombs, decimating Camelot. What? Dropping daisy cutters, while the hair and the tortoise are blindly chasing self-destruction like fuckers. Can't conceptualize the finish line. Life is just a colder sack, littered with broken glass, pipe dreams, and burnt ash. Bonfires of hard-earned cash.
Nice, man. He's taking, like, it's hard to visualize a finish line. It's hard to see basically the light at the end of the tunnel when the path that leads you there is like full of broken glass and ash, and it's basically kind of hard to see the sun, man, when there's just so much darkness around you. A nice way. I'm using the nice towards the actual lyricism. The imagery that he created is dark and disturbing, and it's sad that it exists. But what I'm saying, it's a nice way for him to describe that in an interesting way. I haven't heard it put that way before.
Chasing self-destruction like fuckers. Can't conceptualize the finish line. Life is just a colder sack, littered with broken glass, pipe dreams, and burnt ash. Bonfires of hard-earned cash, brought on forgotten nights. Embers of greed stuck resembling forest fires. So stop the furnaces, stroke of furnishes, till the fuse blows. Short-circuiting under the planet with my worthless earthlings. Urgent, plain to see that we seek the turbulence perfect. Trying not to fit like epileptics. Pissing on pylons just to check the electrics. Working affirmative, line from the live white jitterbug. This crash course called life seems more like a hit and run. I was no sober how I used to feel. I wrote my own sick note just to prove I'm ill. The crew me super duper musical, no.
Oh man, that's a nice bar. I wrote my own sick note to prove that I was ill. Oh shit.
White jitterbug, this crash course called life seems more like a hit and run. I was no sober how I used to feel. I wrote my own sick note just to prove I'm ill. The crew me super duper musical, no fluke is skill. Smooth as super rhythm, wooden floors and loop and silk. Took the pill, soon spewed pupil grill. Food for thought, score of milk, won't use the drill. Man, dude, I'm chill. Buddha and hash noodle bill. So get the point, the packet usage like a shooting should kill. So, fall back, we do tanks like a lads and that. Climb a sword when the facts in the grammar like a snapple cap. Stamp on tracks like a suicidal passenger. In the city where I move to my parameter.
Another one, man. I snap on tracks like a suicidal passenger. So you imagine a suicidal passenger on a train, and then, this one day just fucking brain snaps and they cross that line and they just go ham, man, in the train compartment, or hijack the train or whatever. I like that bar, man.
Back, we do tanks like a lads and that. Climb a sword when the facts in the grammar like a snapple cap. Stamp on tracks like a suicidal passenger. In the city where I'm new to my parameters, used to what I be doing. You tried to find it, my character true. You were sick when you spew with the Bible back at ya. How about that? Fasties frazzled in the sound clash. Shower sat on powder, need a power nap if I can. Shit, another futuristic paraphrase. Head up in the hemisphere, boots inside the reef. Inspired in the breathe, getting wide with my mates. Flying into space from the sire in the cage. Shit, another futuristic paraphrase. Head up in the hemisphere, boots inside the reef. Inspired in the breathe, getting wide with my mates. Flying into space from the sire in the cage.
Hey man, that was a cool freaking song. Big shout out to Shotgun the Ox for sending it my way, because those guys, man, they keep on top of me. They let me know when there's stuff that I should be listening to, and they told me this would be right up my alley, man. They're not wrong. They know how I feel about Verbz. They know I need to be on Compound. So yeah, man, this track is cool. The beat is absolutely nutty. I'm not sure who does the production, but absolutely nutty, man. Really enjoyed that. And all those cats killed it. Like I said, a couple of them sounded familiar. A couple of them didn't. But yeah, man, some great bars in that too. That sick note bar, snapping on tracks. Yeah, man. Cracking necks and toe tap. Like, yeah, a lot of good bars in that, man. Entertaining track. I really enjoyed it. Again, video was beautifully shot. The whole package, man. Once again, the three, or song, production, or the lyrics, production, video all come together again, like it always does with UK music, and it blows my mind again, man. Another group that I have to add to the list and check out more of their stuff. But appreciate y'all for coming out, checking out the channel. For all you old cats, man, that have been on the channel for a while, I know my schedule has been shitty. I haven't put up, my regular stuff like We Got Next and Throwback. Haven't put the poll up to. There's just lots of stuff going on, man, and it's difficult for me to maintain that at the moment. And a lot of it has to do with hardware, software issues. A lot of it has to do with my work schedule, and I'm not working in regular type of hours like I used to. So I am going to do my best to get back into that routine, because I did enjoy it. I did like the variety of music and eras that we covered. So I do want to get back to that, and I really do feel like We Got Next is an opportunity to showcase a lot of undiscovered, or at least underappreciated artists. So I do like to get back to that. I am going to speak to a couple different people about some opportunities there, but we'll see. Anyways, again, I appreciate you coming out. Love each and every one of y'all. Until, I'm going to try to, what time is it? I might actually try to film a Throwback Thursday track today. I got a whole list of them, so it's just going to be me picking one rather than a poll, but I'm sure you guys won't be disappointed. But until next time, until next video, whether it's later today or tomorrow, I love each and every one of y'all. Stay safe and be good to each other.